Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Rafael Duke Page Guide channel. It is I, LeDuc, back here once again. We're doing a little bit of a video in two. You might be wondering why the title of this video is going to be a proper predictions for the Royal Rumble 2021. Well, before I get into the predictions for the Royal Rumble event taking place tomorrow, figured I'd give a little bit of a review to something I bought this week. So yeah, I'm surprised I was actually able to get my hands on this. This has actually been out for a while in the States and in Canada. It just came over to Quebec. And, you have The Rock, who has his own tequila company. Jorge Masvidal has his own other alcohol company. Stone Cold Steve Austin has his own beer. Well, the one that was after Stone Cold but before the other two was Conor McGregor, and I have it. A bottle of proper 12, proper Irish whiskey, right here in my hands. It's the real deal. It's a bottle of, they wouldn't say the milliliters on here. It just 750 milliliters. It says on the front label, proper 12, rich and smooth, triple distilled Irish whiskey, a smooth blend with hints of vanilla, honey, and toasted wood. Distilled, aged, and bottled in Ireland. It's properly balanced. It says a blend here on the label. It has like a little crown. The back has a little bit of a story. Paying tribute to me where it all began, Dublin 12. Our master distiller and I set out with one goal in mind, to craft a proper Irish whiskey that is true to Ireland. We're honored to share this smooth and balanced spirit, a fine blend of golden grain in full flavored malted barley. Triple distilled and aged in bourbon barrels, proper number 12 offers hints of vanilla, honey-like sweetness, and toasted wood. A proper salute to all. Then it says in French. Then it says here, Conor McGregor and the master distiller, whoever the fuck that is. Please drink responsibly. It's a product of Ireland. I believe it was bottled actually in Jersey. So it says Jersey. It says Eri Born Spirits, Jersey City, New Jersey, USA. Returned for refund where applicable. Don't even think this is. So this is 40% whiskey with alcohol, which is interesting. So got the bottle, got a glass, and now let's open this up. And if you're here for the Royal Rumble predictions, I'll get to them in a second. I'm not gonna take too much time on this. I'm gonna try to drink this as I do the predictions. So just to give it an interesting thing going on here. When it comes to whiskey, I've drinking some before. I have bottles of Canadian Club here, right over here, in that general area. I drank Jack Daniels, so I've tasted whiskey before, but a proper Irish whiskey, I don't know. So, as Simon likes to call me a Conor McGregor hater, I just give Conor McGregor some of my money for a bottle of alcohol. So, am I that much of a hater? Let's open this son of a bitch up. It doesn't smell too strong. It doesn't smell as strong as like Canadian Club. Here it is. It's a decent little caramel color. I'm not gonna do like the swirling and everything. I'm just gonna take a hit of it. It clears your sinuses up real nice. It doesn't really have much of a taste to it, to be quite honest. Again, I'm not much of a big... I drank whiskey, but this sort of has the same feel it had with me on when I drank Canadian Club a month ago. So, yeah. Alright, let's get to those Royal Rumble predictions. I'll be drinking this while I do. So the Royal Rumble takes place tomorrow at the Thunderdome at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Florida. 6 matches on the card so far, nothing on the pre-show. The women's and men's Rumble matches on the Backstage tonight will have 2 things revealed or confirmed. The first one is the women's number 30 spot will be on the line in a match between Tamina and Natalia. Winner enters at number 30. The men's match, we will find out who will be number 1 and number 2. I'm gonna get to these towards the end. We got title matches. Let's start off first with the WWE Tag Team titles as the team of Asuka and Charlotte Flair defend against the former champions Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. I'm not that hopeful for this match. I think that seems to be a general consensus. It's really hard for me to predictions wise. I think Asuka and Charlotte are going to retain, unless like the rumors I've been hearing about them wanting to do Charlotte versus Asuka, which would lead Charlotte to turn heel. Charlotte would be turning on Asuka already, would be interesting considering they just had them, unite as a team. But with that being said, I do think Asuka and Charlotte will retain here. Charlotte Flair, who was gone since July, and we kept hearing these rumors. She's going to be back when she feels like her. She's going to be back when there's something that interests her. And I guess what interested her was holding the only title she hadn't held yet. So, yeah. Weepy. For enough bitching about Charlotte. I'm not bitching about Charlotte. This isn't Charlotte's fault. This is WWE's fault. So yeah, I think Asuka and Charlotte here will retain. I'm not expecting much out of this match. Especially, I don't expect a very long match because I believe, Charlotte, Nia, and Shayna are all confirmed for the Royal Rumble match later on. Second women's title match, Sasha Banks defends against Carmella. This is a rematch from TLC where Sasha retained cleanly over Carmella by submission. They kept the feud going. Carmella picked up a win in a tag match. She was teaming up with Bayley. Sasha was teaming up with Bianca Belair. And then Sasha demanded to get a one-on-one match with Reginald, the dude that's with Carmella, her sommelier. And if she did, she gave Grant Carmella a title match, and they did. Sasha won, and now we have that. Their match at TLC was good. It was a really good match. This new character for Carmella is very interesting. It's a lot more, I don't want to say sexual, but she's a lot more. It's a lot different from her old, Princess of Staten Island thing. General consensus would tell you, they had her lose the first one. If they want to put this new character over, they should have her win the rematch. But I don't think it will. I think Sasha has something that now that Sasha has a lot more fanfare behind her, it seems. I think WWE wants to ride that hot hand until it stops. So I think Sasha's gonna retain here. Drew McIntyre takes on Goldberg in a title match for the WWE title. This feud has been interesting. This, coming off, I think, what was it, Raw Legends Reunion? I think that's what they did at the start of the year. And then time constraints came in, and then Drew was supposed to cut a promo, get hurt by Goldberg. Goldberg claims Drew doesn't respect the Legends, yet when Drew has never said that. Drew literally came off a feud with Randy Orton, who was attacking Legends, and beat Orton to, represent the Legends. So it just felt like Goldberg looked like this old man who just won another title match. I'm not expecting a 90-minute Tokyo Dome classic here. I'm expecting a 8-minute finisher fest here. Like you're playing WWE 2K and everyone started with infinite finishers. I think Drew's going to retain. I don't see the positives of having Goldberg win. Except, I guess the WWE would make another upstart character that they would end up killing with Goldberg because nostalgia, baby. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh. I think Drew McIntyre will retain here. Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens. Last man standing match for the Universal Championship. This is going to be the third title match these two will have. First one was at TLC. Roman retained there. Second one was in a steel cage on SmackDown. Roman retained there as well. This is the trilogy. Originally, this was supposedly slated to be Adam Pearce versus Kevin Owens, but they played the old switcheroo there. This is going to be an interesting match. Listen, as much as I am not the biggest Roman Reigns fan, and now Roman being heel gives me a legit reason to boo him, Roman's work as this heel, as the head of the table, this sort of almost giving off mafia vibes, a mafia godfather vibe, is very, very fun to watch, and Roman is excelling in that role. And Kevin Owens is doing a very good job being that, upstart babyface. Issue is, to me, is at some point the upstart babyface needs to win. And especially with the rumors that we're hearing that The Rock, which we heard for a good while was supposed to be the original plan for Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, that's not happening. Rock is not confirmed. You know, like someone like Cena could happen. I've threw out the idea of like Edge winning and Edge challenging Roman, which I think would be a good match, spear versus spear. Someone Edge who's close to his family will be like Kevin Owens against, the man who does everything for his family, like Roman Reigns. It leaves a lot open. I think Roman will retain here. If Kevin Owens wins, it's not like a Goldberg situation where it kills Roman Reigns. Like, Kevin Owens could pull off that upset win, and that could just piss off Roman even more, push him further to do more violent, more drastic things to assert his role as the head of the table, as the face of WWE. So yeah, my pick is Roman. I guess I'm going with the safe pick, but I wouldn't be surprised if Kevin Owens is the last man standing. Alright, Royal Rumble matches. We'll start with the women's one, since the women's one has a little bit less people. 13 participants have been announced, those being Nia Jax, Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, Bayley, Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke, Peyton Royce, Alexa Bliss, Shayna Baszler, Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott, Tamina, and Natalya. Again, as I've mentioned, the number 30 spot will be decided on tonight's return of WWE Backstage. Looking at these women here, there's 3 on here I can make a genuine case as they could win. Though 4. Bianca Belair. WWE seems to have a lot of interest in her. They gave her own Chronicle episode. She's getting a lot of fan attention. She's getting over as a babyface. I could definitely see it happening. Bayley, she's been my pick since WrestleMania this year. Since they were saying that they were going to do Sasha versus Bayley, but they were going to wait for next year's Mania. And I thought Bayley winning, it'd be, if you want to have Sasha win the title, have Bayley win the Rumble. Or I was saying the opposite. Have Bayley retain, have Sasha win the Rumble. Bayley, this would be the last thing for her to win. This is the only thing she hasn't won. Money in the Bank, NXT Women's title, Raw Women's title, SmackDown Women's title, Tag Team titles. Only thing she never held was the old Divas title. Her winning the Rumble would give her that complete sweep. Alexa Bliss, WWE has seemed to pull off more behind her with the the female fiend gimmick. She's wrestling Asuka. She had a title match. She could have won if it wasn't for Randy Orton. I could see her winning. I'd be a little bit disappointed if she did. And Shayna could be the dark horse here. I think Shayna, if they really want to sort of correct the mistake of WrestleMania 36, where they wanted to have Shayna win, but in the end had Becky win for reasons that Vince changed his mind. I think Shayna here, as much as surprises, the 2 big names, of course, being mentioned are Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey. I believe neither of them will be there. If I had to pick one, I'd pick Ronda. I don't think Becky's ready yet. Maybe Becky is ready, and maybe she's going to come back, and it's going to be a huge surprise, and I'm going to pop for that. But, she's about a month from giving birth to her baby boy, Rue. It, kind of begs the question, is she really ready? And Ronda, it seems that it's now a time for her to make a decision, because I just read her contract ends a day after WrestleMania this year. So if she doesn't come back, they don't renegotiate. That's it. If they want to cash in on her coming back, they're going to have to do it soon. And it's going to be an interesting one to watch. If I had to pick my number 1 pick, it'd be Bayley. But this can go numerous ways. Another name I'll mention here, in terms of call-ups, Rhea Ripley's been rumored for a call-up. I could see her be in this Rumble. I could even see her being the most eliminations. Moving on to the men's Rumble match. 21 out of 30 have been announced. That is quite a lot. Daniel Bryan, Bobby Lashley, AJ Styles, Randy Orton, Otis. The Miz announced his participation on TMZ. Interesting. Jey Uso, Cesaro, Jeff Hardy, Sami Zayn, Dolph Ziggler, Shinsuke, Big E, John Morrison, Sheamus, Mustafa, Edge, King Corbin, Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio, and Braun Strowman, who came back. Now 21 out of 30, this doesn't leave a lot of room for surprises. A few names I've known that have been thrown around are John Cena, Brock Lesnar, uh, The Rock is still somehow in there, but I think his odds keep lowering. I think personally, my pick is Edge. I think Edge could end up winning this. I think Eddie been making like a really big deal about Edge's return, and it would kind of suck to see him like come back, lose the Rumble, come back again from his injury, and lose the Rumble again. Especially if the plans of Edge being in the title match was still something that was being talked about. I read today they're talking about maybe like a first time ever match for Edge. Like, shit, what has an Edge not wrestled in? A fucking Inferno match? I don't know. Um, Edge has been like in everything, so it's really hard to be like what would be a first time ever, unless he's facing someone for the first time ever, which I guess it would have to be someone like Roman Reigns. I guess. Well, I know I've heard like Roman Reigns' match for Mania is confirmed, but it's not Shinsuke, as a lot of people are predicting Shinsuke to win the Rumble. I don't think he will. I think since he won in 2018, WWE will try to wait a bit to maybe have a double winner in this new crop of wrestlers. Yeah, I think Edge is the pick. Other names I could see win, maybe Bryan. Um, maybe not Cesaro. Maybe Braun. I could see them trying to give Braun a win, although Braun won the Saudi Rumble, the greatest Royal Rumble. So I think here the easier answer is Edge compared like to the women's one. In terms of call-ups from NXT, I don't think there's really anyone that's slated to come up. A lot of the guys that are there most of the time are in storylines, so it would surprise me. So to recap, men's Rumble match, Edge. Women's Rumble match, Bayley. Roman Reigns retains, Drew retains, the women's tag champs retains, and Sasha retains. I know I'm seeing a lot of people retaining, and I think this happens quite a while where they have like pay-per-views where like everyone retains or doesn't retain or whatever. But yeah. So those are my picks for the Royal Rumble. I'll give you one last shot of me drinking the what's remaining of this proper 12. Ooh. Ooh, yeah. I think supper's ready, so my passage is going to be clear. This isn't too bad. If you're a more pronounced whiskey fan, you'll probably know a lot more about this. Maybe enjoy it more, enjoy it less. To me, it is what it is. It's somewhat of a collectible for someone like me. Something that kind of became a staple of MMA with Conor and the Khabib build up. This being on the mat at UFC 229. I'm proud to own this. And I'll slowly drink it with time. Maybe mix there in there with some Coke or ice. I've heard about maybe making drinks with this. So we'll see what the future holds for a proper 12. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I know this video has been long. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe to Rafael Duke Page Guide channel. And tomorrow, I'll be giving you reactions or a review of the Royal Rumble as the road to WrestleMania 37 is coming up. Can't wait for it to get started. It's about time. God, it feels like almost it's been like 2 years since the last Royal Rumble. So, yeah, 2021, 2020 has not been easy, but there's a light at the end of the tunnel, ladies and gentlemen. We just gotta keep going and not stop. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.